allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Let us pray. Lord, thank you for your blessings. Help the people of our county that lost everything to the wildfires cope with this tragedy. We know it is possible to be a strong community with your help. Also keep our employees, first responders, and our military safe. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Okay, the first item on the agenda is public comments, and we have a public participation form from Seth Lujan and or Mike Stroud. If you both want to speak, you each have 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay,
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, you got the floor. And you want to put that over?
It's for the executives.
Well, they're going to visit about some stuff we're talking about later. Yeah, thank you, Amy.
I believe Mike's gonna let me speak himself.
Okay. We still only have 5 minutes.
Okay. 5 minutes.
You don't get everyone else's 5 minutes.
Commissioners, Judge. And Clerk. Obviously, I know many of you and most of you, but really what we're here about today is a issue out at Justin Road, which is over by the road area. Now, what we believe that our proposal will actually probably help y'all in y'all's jobs in making sure that y'all's emergency vehicles, county emergency vehicles have easier access to be able to do what they need to do. And really the figures in this story are my clients, Mike and Tammy Stroud. And there's a gentleman down the road, Justin Road, named Mr. Randa. And my clients live to the north and on the west side of the road. Is that right? And then Mr. Randa would be to the south on the east side of the road, and what splits them is what we're here about is Justin Road. And basically, and I know some of y'all have been out there and kind of have an idea what's going on there, but Mr. Aranda has taken measures to completely block any kind of thoroughfare on that road. Now, after some research, we've learned that road was actually dedicated for public use in the 80s. And after looking through some of the commissioner meetings, it appears that the commissioners back in the 80s around that same time took some action. Now, whether or not that's a county road, you know, there might be some, you know, some disagreements maybe. But at the end of the day, what I think where we can agree on is that it was dedicated for public use. The county has a genuine public interest in that road. And we can probably also agree that it's probably smart for our emergency vehicles, especially after recent events, to have, you know, adequate maneuverability, especially in that area. And that's really kind of where that issue kind of arose. I mean, my clients have been there since 2007 and have essentially had access to that road the entire time they've been there until this year, until Mr. Aranda did what he had done. And I think really things came to head during the fire whenever my clients were trying to get that road to, you know, to get in and out. And I think there were even emergency vehicles out there that were trying to use that road or may have had to use that road that were prevented by Mr. Aranda's actions. And so and based on conversations with my client, I think that there was even some concern that it might have turned violent. Okay. Some of the actions. So that's really what we're here. If we can't agree that it's a county road, we believe that it should be a road. And we really believe that at the end of the day, it's gonna make y'all's jobs easier and really help and be an asset for the county. I think that my clients have some private remedies that we could pursue, but we think that this is probably the middle ground approach, we think. You know, at the end of the day, if we go file a lawsuit against them and enjoin Mr. Aranda, we don't know if that actually fixes the issue. It might enjoin him, but future owners, successor owners down the road, I don't necessarily know if that's gonna fix the issue at the ground level. So if it executive session, y'all believe that, or after executive session, y'all believe that it's not a county road, we ask that you take action to make it a county road. So thank you for your time.
Okay, thanks, Seth. Want this? Yes. Okay. All right, item 3 is to consider and or approve minutes from our previous commissioners court meeting.
No corrections or additions to the regular meeting on April 22nd, 2024.
Do I hear a motion?
And move to approve the minutes from the last commissioners meeting.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay, item 4 is to consider and or approve the county auditor's tabulated report to commissioners court. Anybody have any questions on that, or do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the county auditor's tabulated report.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay, any questions or comments or on the bills? Or do I hear a motion to pay the bills?
Move to pay the bills as presented.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Amy, do you have payroll?
Total payroll wages for April was $650,729.52. The total payable was $257,217.88, with a total of $907,947.40.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do I hear a motion to approve
I'll
payroll?
make a motion to approve the payroll.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, item 8 is to consider and or approve Tiffany K. Phelan, Deputy County Auditor's bond for $5,000. Do I hear a motion?
So I'll make, go ahead.
We have a motion
Okay, second it.
and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Item 9, consider and or approve participation in the 2024 teacher externship program with Workforce Solutions. I think I sent you all some information on that. Do you have any other information? It's just a program that the workforce does during the summer for teachers.
It allows them to come in and kind of shadow an office for 5 days, and then they are required to build a lesson plan around that they will incorporate into their classroom. And so they've asked if we would like to participate, and I believe they'll be with my office and also into the treasurer's office. I believe it's a math teacher that's coming over.
Oh, sweet.
So that would be,
And so do we know where they're coming from?
I believe it's from Stinnett.
Oh, good, good.
From PSP.
Okay.
Is it this the same program that's been going on for a while, that businesses and stuff?
Workforce has
I
done
think
this
so.
program for a while, but I don't know that we've ever participated.
To my knowledge.
Yeah. Any questions, or do I hear a motion?
Move to approve the 2024 teacher externship program with Workforce Solutions.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Thanks, Alicia. I think this will be an interesting program. It's good. All right, item 10 is to consider and or approve our loss control manual and resolution. Believe Amy sent out the manual that we had approved at the loss control meeting and updated. And I believe I sent you all the resolution to approve that. Does anyone have any questions on the loss control manual? Do I hear a motion to accept the manual and the resolution?
I move to approve the resolution and the manual for the loss control. Yeah,
So actually, our safety manual, right?
safety manual. That's what I should say.
The loss control committee.
I'll second it.
Okay. Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay, item 11 is to consider and or approve the MOU with Potter County to participate in the Veterans Treatment Court. Craig, did you have anything further? I sent everyone out the information that you sent in regards to the memorandum and information.
We, prosecutors commission talks with Potter County Special Courts. They have others besides the Veterans Court, but they've offered to make those available to us, as long as, the subjects can get over there.
Right,
And so the DA has a defendant that they think would be ideal for that court and could be helped. There's no cost to it. It's just the provisions are in that MOU that I sent. And so I think it would be a good, option. Other than drug court that we have, it would be another good option for us to, have defendants, benefit from services
yes,
that we
absolutely.
just don't provide.
Right, absolutely. Okay, y'all have any questions for Craig? Or do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the MOU with Potter County to participate in the Veterans Treatment Court.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? I'll give it to you. All right, item 12 is to consider and or approve any action from our February, March wildfires. One of the things we do need to talk about is the disposal agreement with Republic. We already have a contract with them, correct? Leisha?
We have a contract for their mobile. So basically a utility where they just come and pick up
Right.
the trash can. This is a different.
Different,
Use that account.
yes, account. That's what I meant to say,
Yes.
not a contract. Yeah.
We can't use that account because it's a different branch of their company.
Mhm.
So for the landfill, we have to create a new account, and in order to do this, they needed a temporary service agreement.
Jerry, did you have anything to add to that?
I did, on the debris side of it, are still working on, trying to get I actually have a company that does some on-site, rental of concrete crushing equipment. They got a hold of me Friday. They're actually out there right now doing a survey of the debris to see what piece of equipment they would think to handle that on-site. But still, just looking at some base prices, rather expensive on the rental of that
Mhm.
equipment, but I think it was brought up last time too. We're also gonna have to provide personnel on that equipment, so not sure what that's gonna consist of.
Right.
There was an additional, I did have one other company that said that they would take the concrete debris, and I added that to that paper that I gave you.
Mhm.
It was Powell Sand and Gravel.
Powell. Mhm.
And they told us that they would take the concrete debris for $100 per load. The matter is, this largest one they did was $100. If you did dump trucks or anything less than the semi truck, it was $60. So the semi trucks that TxDOT has contracted to come and pick it up on the week of the 28th, that would be $100 per load. For those semis.
Is that ground up?
That's not, that is.
Okay, that's
Those
it.
are the
Bulk.
chunks that were taken from sites and delivered to the debris.
Oh,
You're taking a truck that weighed 23, 24 ton or something and for $100?
That's what he said. It didn't matter the size of the truck
We just furnish the trucking.
to the, so TxDOT,
TxDOT.
if we're able to get this done within that.
Yeah,
time frame that
TxDOT, whoever, we
contract.
get it to them and they'll take it.
Right, and then we just pay the $100. So I'm gonna still say that option, I haven't got the numbers from this company yet that's out here today. But I'm still gonna think that option's probably gonna be significantly cheaper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would think a bunch.
Plus, we're not paying for personnel to run that.
Right.
Tex dot's willing to haul that.
They said as long as we keep it under that time frame that they have their contractors here, they would.
Which is from May the 28th through
The week of May.
May 28th, and that's a short week because the 28th is a Tuesday.
And I'm not sure if it's going to, because he said he was gonna contract them as long as they took to get the debris out.
Okay,
So if
good.
that goes through the next week, then it goes through the next week, but
Okay.
we'll have this one opportunity to get them to move it. After that, it would be.
You know, your cost is down to $4, $5 a ton there compared to 30.
Right,
Well, you're estimating
$33.
93,000
right.
plus 231.
And then, also still going and pulling up some, sure. This is our drone imagery that we have taken from the fire scene or from the fire area. All the yellow dots are address points for what we have as far as the damage. And right now with this, including the Stinnett area here, the points that we have are 246 total. So 21 of those are the Stinnett area. We have to, that whole, reason why I'm giving you that is to, once we look at the county line and actually determine what's south and what's north of Carson, Hutchinson County, it'll give you all a better number to go to Carson County to determine what percentage. Right after looking at this, getting this data into this map, me is actually looking more on these maybe the 65% for us. It looked a little more heavier than I was thinking on structures removed in Carson. So they might cut some more costs off. I wanted to do all these options, make sure I give you all the options on the table. Crushing operation for us, them doing it, or just, like I said, that's obviously the most expensive amount will be to take it all to the Republic. It's gonna be that 343, hopefully. And so this is, whenever they look at these cubic yards and all that, obviously they're not weighing everything. So once we start taking trucks and weighing it at the site, remember those numbers are very rough. When you're looking at a big debris pile and they're taking aerial scans of it and saying this is approximately what we have, that could be more, that could be less. Some very rough numbers. That's all I have.
So we're gonna need to figure out something before the 28th. We don't have a meeting until the 28th.
28th is the next one.
So we probably need to figure out what direction we want to go. If,
And I don't have the numbers from this company.
Right.
They're out there this morning.
and they're the ones that will also crush it.
They will lease the equipment.
Oh, lease the equipment. Yeah, of which we still have to provide the people to do the work.
That's
And then
that's not, to me, doesn't sound like a very good idea, but
and then we have to haul it off.
They will be it would be our material.
It'd be our material.
and that's good material. You can use it, but the cost of getting it is gonna be pretty pricey.
Right.
I think that's a horrible.
He didn't
idea.
even give me a ballpark. What the number.
So I think I would lean more towards that Howell.
If you can get that locked down, boy, that's where my support would go.
Yeah,
I can do that.
That's by far.
Definitely.
is that kind of everyone in agreement with that?
I figured.
Yeah, if you can,
If someone argues, I don't,
visit with them more and they could get something to us that we could actually formally approve in Commissioner's Court on the 28th. then they can get going.
This all works with all your time frames and text dot and all that.
As long as I can tell TxDOT where to take it on the 28th.
Yeah.
Should be good to go.
I think that's
Everybody
a
good?
great idea.
Okay. We'll pursue that. Anything else, Jerry, on the wildfires?
That's all I have right now.
Dwight, did you have any update on anything going on in Bridge?
Not really
No.
anything of significance right now.
Did we not?
Haven't.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so back to the agreement, services agreement with Republic. That's just so we can haul the stuff to them. Do I hear a motion to approve that?
Make a motion to approve the contract with Republic for the 33 per ton use of the landfill.
I second it.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay, great. Jerry, anything else on the wildfires? No, we're good. Okay. All right, item 13 is ARP grant projects, and I did not have any this time.
I would like to speak on the ARP stuff.
Yeah. Yes, give us an
I did
update.
a webinar last week, another webinar.
Yes.
We've got about 700,000, give or take, left of ARP funds.
That's just money we haven't dedicated to anything
Right.
yet. Okay.
Yes. These funds have to be committed to something by the end of the year, December the 31st of 24. And that means that either there's been a purchase order, issued and things have been ordered, or a contract has been in place. Just because we have designated it as lost revenue doesn't count it as obligated. So I just wanted that to be on top of y'all's heads, so that if we've got projects that need to be done, or, we need to prioritize how we want to use the remaining funds.
Okay.
I think, are we supposed to bid on or vote on?
We're opening, or we're discussing those at line item 20 something. 19.
19.
Yes, that is coming. Okay, anything else on ARP, Lisa? No? Just be
I
thinking
just
about
wanted
that.
to
Yeah, put it in your head.
Put in your heads that.
Yeah.
That's how much money we have left, and we need to get something.
Planned. Okay. All right, item 14 is to consider and or approve burn ban or rescind the burn ban.
I made a phone call with my fire chiefs this morning. They're all kind of in agreement with trying to lift the burn ban for a little while. We have a lot of calls coming into dispatch, people wanting to burn some limbs and things from the fire debris and trash that they've accumulated. Want to try to get some things cleaned up, and a lot of these people do it with those fire mitigation. Our drought index is well under what we normally put a burn ban on, but because of the situation where we're dealing with, that's why we kind of moved that direction. So I'd like to recommend to go ahead and lift it for at least 2 weeks with some current moisture we have had. And then we can reevaluate if we need to maybe put it in place again in 2 more weeks, but at least give them an opportunity for the next 2 weeks. Some burn.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to lift the burn ban?
I move to lift the burn ban for 2 weeks.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. Thank you, Jerry. All right, item 15, disposal of obsolete office equipment. I did not receive any requests. Item 16, accept certificates of completion from elected or appointed officials.
I have three. Have Leisha Craig Auditor submitted successful completion of course ERP Pro 9 Accounts Payable and Accounts Payable Processing. At Angelica Harraft, Constable Precinct 2, submitted successful completion of 3402 Advanced DWI Investigation and Enforcement course. And Amy Back Treasurer submitted successful completion of County Investment Academy. And the certificates have been made part of the minutes.
Okay, thank you. Item 17, consider and or approve requests for use of the club rooms at the Borger Library or Fritz.
I don't have anything.
I don't have anything either.
Nope, okay, thank you. 18, consider and or approve line item changes, transfers, and or budget amendments. Alicia?
I had 3 budget amendments. One was for insurance proceeds received for the sale of Dodge Charger. I just put that back onto their car repair and maintenance line items so that they could repair that vehicle. And then also we add the budget for the Senate Bill 22 grants for the district attorney and county attorney. In reviewing the books, I realized that that never actually got put on the books.
Okay.
So that is just to add for those salaries that they're paying out of those grant funds.
Okay.
And then just a couple of transfers.
Okay. Do I hear a motion?
I move to approve the line item transfers budget amendments as presented.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay, item 19, consider and or approve advertising, opening, accepting, or awarding bids. Okay, let's start with the bids that we received on the extension truck. We received like 5, isn't that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5. And I believe you all have that information. Hannah, did you have anything to add?
And actually looking to ask them, myself, and soon, I would like to recommend, to get the one from Zerna. It's actually on the lot. They're, ready to go. And it's not much higher than the one at Country that we would have to wait for. And so that would be my recommendation to the court.
So they have one on the lot.
Yes,
Awesome.
Who was that?
Vernon.
Vernon,
Oh, man.
it's a Dodge.
Yes, ma'am, at 2024.
Right. Anyone have any questions for Hannah, or do I hear a motion?
I moved to purchase the pickup from Vernon Auto Group for $55,062. Now second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. Guess you can holler at them and tell them, don't sell it to anyone else.
Thank you.
Did you get all those? I see that information. Okay, and then let's see. Baltazar, did you have information for us? Please, requesting that we go out for bids for a modular home to put out there where the existing home burnt at the airport. And I will let you present that information.
So during our first board meeting, one of the items on the board was would like me to live on the field. It was there. So my thought was about a double wide. I went to all 3 dealers in Amarillo Home Center, Clayton Homes, and Oakwood Homes, I believe, over on the E-way. And I was very pleasantly surprised how accessible I think these homes are. But I got the information.
So ballpark?
About 140.
Okay.
You can get some very, very decent homes for 140.
Mhm.
Obviously, if you go up higher, that's more luxury.
Right.
The way I see it, if this was to go through, if we spend the money, if I'm gone tomorrow or 20 years from now, you want to have a home that's attractive to whoever you pull in.
And this is big enough for a family too.
Yes, yes.
So these that you kind of priced were 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes?
3-bedroom, 2-bath, yes.
Okay.
But, we kind of talked about it, and I believe they have to go for bids. So
Yes, we do. So what was the insurance proceeds that we received?
We discussed that. That's
Close, so,
complicated, but
well, but
So we've received like 130 something thousand. We've spent nearly 30
36 for cameras.
for the cameras
Right.
there.
And then
We've got
when it's
200
done.
something to spend, and then we can recoup the rest of it.
Right.
Yeah, so.
But if we don't spend it,
then
then
we lose
then
it.
we lose
it goes back.
That's recovery appreciation you're talking about. You can recoup if you.
Right,
Right.
right.
And
Let me get those.
And this is not gonna be put where the house was. I asked Dwayne, the sewer system's gone there, everything's gone there. I mean, they leveled it all out, so we got all that where Apollo had their little building. So we'll put it right there, which is just down to the south a little ways.
So total insurance would be $187,200 or $822 is after recoverable depreciation.
Okay.
And the
We would have
reason,
to spend that.
So I think $140,000.
what are the other options to use the money for?
Well, not any that we can think of.
and the reason, one of the biggest reasons when we talked about it at the board meeting was, so I'm out there a lot after hours, just out calls and different airplanes, Apollo. We're getting a lot of just random people start to kind of, I think people are starting to notice nobody lives on the field. And so it's not uncommon for me to just see people driving by, and a couple of times I've actually got people walking around the building. And so much so that I've actually started locking the gates to the ramp, which is not exactly, the FAA doesn't really like that. But I had to do that because, like I said, I've had people wandering. And so they feel safer if I live on the field, and it's one of the biggest reasons. Kind of thinking about this.
Discussion, comment?
Would it be cheaper to just build, I know we're getting a big trailer house, but would it be cheaper just to build a efficiency room or apartment so someone can, I mean, I don't know, because we're putting families in the airport now, which means we're liable for some.
It's been that way for years with that house.
In the airport, though.
I mean, the
It
airport
was outside the airport. The
The
gates,
fencing area.
yeah. So putting
Well-
family in there with,
But
what do you mean?
this is outside of the gate.
Yeah,
oh, where Apollo's was?
yeah,
this is
it's not
outside of the gate.
where their helicopter was, it's where the pilots slept, and they don't do that
They
anymore.
had like a portable thing
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, I was.
Portable.
Just
No, no,
a
no.
portable double wide that's got a straight line direct shot to the building to basically the
Yeah.
entire way.
But, I mean, so we need something that big?
Well, if we don't use the insurance money, then it'll be gone. I mean,
Well, I'm saying we might.
That's the
build
plan.
something Nice.
You
that-
need to do something to get the recoverable appreciation, but it's,
But we also talked
what's
about,
all the options?
we also talked about this when it first burned down, and the decision was not to build out there. We could have used all that money for this.
because
Option of the hangar on the far west side that has the efficiency in there. We talked about.
There's
that.
already one in there.
There's building and the far back corner, there's an office. There's some construction that's not being used, and it's constructed like a studio type. But the previous manager had mentioned that could be turned into some type of apartment on that because it wasn't currently being used.
That puts you in a hangar.
Yeah.
In the airport.
Yeah.
On the ground.
Outside of the fence.
That's
Yeah, that's-
outside the fence because it's right next to the airport, because I walked right into the side door.
So what happens, I mean, I granted wasn't in favor of rebuilding a house out there initially, but what happens when we have a different airport manager that has a family? Or if Balthazar gets a family?
And see, right now, it's me. Right now, it's just me, but kind of like she's saying, whether I leave tomorrow or 20 years from now, whoever you hire.
Right.
That's, you know.
If you need to fit anybody.
Kick that down the road, but
Well, that was brought up then, because I was in favor of building something out there.
Well, you can't build a house for what we had for the insurance money that was,
No, I don't.
I mean,
$200 square.
this is
foot.
about the best you can do.
I think construction's increased since we decided not to.
Oh my gosh, 2x4 cost you $1 million.
I'd hate to see somebody living in a hangar or
You,
on the grounds.
You-
I
you
just think
wouldn't
that's
do
a
anything.
terrible idea because what if there's somebody's kids? What if somebody's visiting? What if anything? You just opened up.
Well,
there.
they've had that house out there, Ben, for years and they had visitors.
No, I don't mean a house.
Talking about inside.
I mean inside the tent.
Oh, no, yeah, inside, I don't agree either.
No, outside,
It's not-
like, I don't care. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah, it's not a playground inside on tarmac.
so the day that there was that incident at the plant, the next day we had Phillips fly in and she'll know it's, I think it's a company they're in partners with. So I had 5 jets out there and I know you don't really have much of an idea how much a jet is. But you're talking north of $50 million. And that night, I think I sent Judge a picture, I happened to be out there taking care of them. And I had people walking all over the outside of the terminal and just kind of
Just the-
looking at them.
Gawk at them.
Gawking.
Mhm.
If something, anything can happen at any time, anywhere, any place. But if you have something go wrong, and this way, I'm always on the field. And I have kind of eyes on it. So let's see. And the options I saw, again, I know we got bids, but well within that price range you have.
My suggestion on bids was just to get the specs that you would like. And I think that we could keep them broad enough to where, and you just say you wanted a house, X number of square feet or greater.
Or a 3-bedroom,
with a
2 bath.
3-bedroom, minimum 2 bathrooms, must include placement and hookup and all of that good stuff. And include all of that in your bid advertisement
Mhm.
so that these companies that we invite to do bids or.
If we go that direction.
Do the mobile home people do the hookups or you have to get somebody else?
They do everything. All the prices that I got, include installation, the stairs, skirting, AC.
Is there any kind of warranty?
Sewer and water
Do
and
you have it?
electricity.
Do you have sewer, water and gas and all that to that site?
So,
Or is it gotta be brought in?
lights there, sewers there, water. And these prices include setup, obviously getting it here, setup, skirting, stairs, AC, like I said. I believe Amarillo Home Center is 1 year, Clayton is 1 year, Oakwood, I believe it's 5 years. So, then I have all that information, I didn't get them. I can get you all the information.
Well, they'll just have to submit a bid. When we set up our scope of RFP, we can get all that. Because if we look at it early, that becomes a
Another thing to,
liability.
think about is budget. So say we go out for bid, 2 weeks, or probably more than 2 weeks, but say in a month, we approve it. And they're able to set it before the end of the year. I don't know if there's enough money budgeted in the airport utilities to cover any additional utilities. To pay for having electricity or water in the thing. And that's not something that we can do a budget amendment on because it's not an emergency.
So was that taken out of the budget after that house burned? Is that not still there?
Well, whenever.
That was a different budget year.
Whenever.
And so we
did budget,
didn't-
So all the budgets increased. I'm not saying that there's not gonna be enough. But I know that utility prices have increased. We did raise the budget on all of our utilities, but I don't know.
But we probably didn't on that because we didn't have that. The house added to it.
But it
I
was all
don't remember what we
included all
did.
together.
Yes.
And we just did kind of a 5-year average and then kind of increased it off of that. So there may be enough. I haven't looked to see
Right.
how much the airport has.
I mean, I'm
used of that
guessing there
budget.
probably is, but
Yeah, maybe we need to raise it a little.
well, at next year, but we can't this
raise
year.
it this year.
Yeah, Okay.
And so I don't know if we need a set date of closer to the end of the year, so it'll roll into.
Right.
I
end of
just, I
fiscal
just
year,
feel
not end of the-
completely neutral about putting a house back up there.
Right,
It's a good thing, it's a bad thing, I don't.
right.
And I'm not even,
Groundhog Day.
I'm not even, mentioning all the time, I am out there, I live in Fritch, so. But that's,
I can see good points, but
So if, I guess this is for a later date, because we're not just putting the house for you, we're putting it for the manager in the future also, but, are you gonna live out there then? You will move to that property and that will be part of your perks for being the manager?
I mean, it would be
That's enough.
pointless to have a house if he's not gonna live there.
Yeah, but we based the salary on the airport manager because we weren't rebuilding and we weren't requiring them to live out there the first time we had this discussion. So that changes everything about the salary and the agreement we had the first time.
So the difference you can charge in rent.
But we'll have to have that discussion because
I think that's all gotta be thought about.
I mean, we.
Yeah.
Whatever the details are, it's gotta be brought up.
It's just talking about it.
there's a lot
And you're right.
of
Which we
details
could,
that have to be worked out, yes.
these are discussions we could have during our budget session because we've still got, we've got some time. And if we can figure out how we want to proceed with this, if we want to do the house, then we can talk about this during budget session and then go out for bids if that's what we decide. We
Gotta
can
be
figure
discussed.
out a formula.
Because I remember when we talked about it, we didn't, we said, well, if we build, we're not just building for the manager, it could be the full-time person could stay out there over the weekend, they could be on call. So it wouldn't be their permanent residence, but it is a place for someone to stay if they have to work, be on call or something. I mean, I don't know, I don't think about
That's a lot of
the.
money just for somebody on call.
Right,
Yeah,
I'm always.
Yeah.
so,
I mean, those were the things y'all said, that
Yeah.
wasn't anything I said.
I mean, it's a good discussion.
Yeah.
There's a lot of points we need to talk about with that.
There's a lot to discuss for this is settled.
The first, I guess, we got to approve to go out for bids to even have the discussion about it.
Mhm.
So.
But if we go out for bids now, we don't really have the discussion until we're talking budget. How long, don't those bids, aren't they usually only good for like 30 days or?
Yeah, make it a little more, but not till budget season though.
Right,
Not till
which is,
budget's
budget's here, you know?
But we only had like 2 years to use the insurance stuff. So what's the timeline on that having to be used? Is that gonna,
It
because that's
was.
got to be the timeline that we base it on.
Yeah, 2 years.
We got the insurance money when,
There's a time.
We got the insurance money in April of 23.
We got
so,
it in April 23.
Yes,
But when we make, it's based on the claim, isn't it?
the claim, the actual date of the
I wrote that fire.
fire was
March,
June,
June,
April the 4th,
April.
April
What's
4th.
the time limit to use that money?
2 years. They would have to have it
So
by
you still got
April.
some time.
So, we have a few months, at least have some, time to have some discussion during this year's budget workshop.
And my recommendation would be for maybe Gary and Baltazar to get me the actual specs, actually write up the advertisement and then present it, and then you can approve that from. So that y'all can agree on all the specs that were put down. We can make any changes.
Mhm.
My recommendation would be to make sure there's not other places to use the money that we've overlooked. And not concentrate on one option. Look at all the options here. And this may be the best option, but
What
Well,
can we use the money on?
that's something.
I believe it was any kind of capital improvement.
Capital improvement.
yeah, and
That could
that's
be-
why, since we didn't have a place out there, I went to the cameras. And we needed a new camera system anyway. The whole system didn't work.
Right,
So, and then the cameras that we have left are going over Dwight to his library.
Annex.
Yeah,
So capital improvements could be hangars. Improvements anywhere out there. Could be a capital improvement, so.
Yeah.
So for example, hangars, the money we get from TechStot. For example, one of the things we've been talking about is our lighting system for our runways. It's good, but it's fixing to be bad. It's life is coming up. And if we get money from TechStot through, for example, grant, they focus on that first, on safety.
Right. I was gonna say, there's a lot of grants out there for those kind of things.
Hangars is the last thing on their list.
Right.
Because it's, you get money from hangar, for example. So they always focus on what do you need safety wise, in this case, in our case, lighting versus hangars.
Right.
But this money could be spent on any of that, so, I mean, you could, but.
Okay, well, so do you all want to work on writing something up for specs? And we will look at, and then the rest of us, all of us, need to look at budget stuff for the airport and kind of
So,
think of some options for that.
I found the email and it says, yes, the coverage allows to claim the depreciation on capital expenditure projects. The only two requirements are it must be county property and could not have been planned before the loss.
Right,
You could build a new hangar if you want. Or you could.
right. Okay. Are we good? Y'all work on specs
yeah.
and then everyone look at that budget and kind of bring back some options when we start budget workshop. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks for your work, Baltazar. Hey, did you have I don't know if y'all knew that Baltazar and, who went with you to the conference?
Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony, yeah. Just recently attended the airport.
It's the Texas Aviation Conference.
Yeah,
The conference
Texas
that the
Aviation.
state of Texas has every year for all the FBOs that attend. And it was very interesting. Most of what we talked about was hangar usage and what the FAA prefers you to use hangars for. And getting FBOs out into the community as far as, does your community know you have an airport?
Right.
They do. How involved are you with the community? Those are the two main things they talked about. Did a lot of learning and I was very, very surprised how, we were walking around with our badges, Hutchins County Airport, people knew Border, we've been to Border.
Have they come to our airport?
Yes.
Oh,
A
cool.
lot of
Okay.
people flying, I've never seen these people,
Right.
but
They fly in and out.
Border, yeah, Border's awesome, Border's this, Border's that, so that was very, very cool to see
Yep. Encouraging.
and live, but
Well, I'm glad y'all went.
it was,
Way to represent.
learned a lot.
Good. Thank you, Baltazar. Okay, we are still on item 18, and do y'all have anything else? 19, on advertising, opening, accepting or awarding bids. Leisha, did you have anything else on that, y'all? Anything? Okay. All right, then we'll move on to item 20, consider and or approve donations to Hutchinson County. We have one donation that I'm aware of. When we were at West Texas Judges and Commissioners, former county judge from Tarrant County, Judge Whitley wrote us $1,000 check for our fire relief fund. So thank you, Judge Whitley. And do we have any other donations? Did we have any others? Anybody out there? Okay, that's the only one I knew of. Do what? Yes, do I hear a motion to approve? A motion second?
Second.
Okay, motion second. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, item 21, consider and or approve reports from elected or appointed officials.
I have got April 2024 reports submitted by Kelly Ratliff, County Clerk, Tammy McBrayer, District Clerk, Amanda Wasson, Justice of the Peace Precinct 2, Leslie Ford, Justice of the Peace Precinct 1, Hannah Connor, County Extension Agent, and Rochelle Olias, County Extension Agent. Also received reports from Amy Back, County Treasurer, submitted April 2024 financial report with a tax pull rate as of May 1st, 2024 of 5.32%. And then also received Dwayne Chisholm, Road Superintendent report. His written report was submitted from April 22nd, 2024 to May 12th, 2024. That's it.
Okay, do I hear a motion to approve?
I move to approve the reports as submitted.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor? All right, item 22, discussion of county judges and commissioners precinct daily operations.
I got a couple. On the vehicles that we put in auctions,
With Purple Wave.
Purple Wave, there's gonna be some more, and there's a pickup that's actually from the airport that Baldazar took a Tahoe that Russell didn't want. He's got the Tahoe. Baldazar's happy with it. So now he's got a pickup that needs to be got rid of. Or it's got some issues anyway. So, and then I think there's gonna be some from the sheriff's department, and there's gonna be other ones. So we just want approval to put these into auction and go ahead and continue so far, because they have did pretty well.
Yes, Purple Wave did really good by us.
They did really good. So we just want to continue doing that as long as everybody's on board with that.
Yes, absolutely.
Can I also make a request where vehicles are concerned?
Do what?
Can I make a request where vehicles are concerned that if they are trading, I don't know if that has to go
No.
through court for them to be able to move it from one department or another, but they at least. need to
Yes,
let
it
me know.
should be approved through court.
Okay.
Yeah.
We brought this up. We talked about this,
So
and
we need to
it's
get a
a big
process.
problem because you have vehicles that's supposed to be traded or put in Purple Wave. You gotta go find them. You don't even know where they're at.
Right,
And no one tells you, and there's no information, and
that they changed departments.
where they at, where they go.
Yeah.
So they're trading them inter-department.
inter-
Well,
Yeah.
that's happened too, that they've been traded to other departments and no one said anything.
Right.
At least
It
you
just
can't
needs
change them
to
on our inventory because you
Yeah.
don't know nothing about it.
let the court know before any,
Approved in court, then
Then we've got record.
She knows about it.
Yes, it was approved to do that.
keep it removed from department to department or got rid of. They need to be approved in court.
But if they're not trading them out, like out of the county.
No, they're just trading them inter-department.
Oh,
From one department to another, but it still needs to be
Can't
approved.
track where the inventory is.
yeah.
right.
But you don't find out sometime until
And also
6 months from now, oh, so-and-so's got that pickup.
Oh,
And we don't know nothing about it.
Schedules with the insurance, it's broken out by department, and so it needs to be correct on that.
Right.
Okay.
What else, Ben?
The other thing was the grocery store across the street. We need to decide where do you want to head with this, or what do you want to do with it, or
So you are planning to submit an ARP request for the roof?
I did get the quotes for the roof, but that's done. It's through the co-op, the
Right.
same way we did the roof on the courthouse, and they're doing these all over the state, the same kind of thing. And actually, it's not a sealed bid because it's through the co-op.
Mhm.
And they've already took care of all that and got that. And then also we have to, if we say, yes, we want to go ahead and do the roof, then next time I'll bring it for the roof. But also along with that, before you can do the roof, you got to get all the refrigeration units from those, those coolers and
Right.
stuff that are abandoned. So they all got to come off the roof. We've got to drain the freon, get them off, and have somebody that's willing to do that, pretty reasonable, and then to dispose of those refrigeration units.
So what are we talking cost wise to just get that part done?
Well, when we bring the roof, we'll bring a cost for that, but
So
right now, we could use the courthouse budget to pay that extra little stuff, or go through ARP. but whichever.
So do we think that the company that we accept to do the roof would also take all that other stuff off or no?
They will not do the disconnect. They're not.
We have to have an electrician
You
for
gotta
that.
set it free on. They can't do that.
Okay.
But they will, the company that's doing the roof will set them off on the ground and dispose of them. They will not do the disconnects. I'm pretty.
Okay,
So all we gotta do is disconnect them, disconnect the power and stuff, and they'll set them off because they'll have a crane there anyway. So, then that's on the roof, but inside there's some of the refrigeration units too that need to be disposed of. You just drain them and get rid of them. The old coolers that are inside the building.
right, because none of those really work.
No, they're antique. They're.
Okay.
Just hope somebody will come get them for salvage. But what we gonna do with this? So
So you're working on getting all that.
if
set
that's the
up.
direction we're going, yes. But if
Well, I mean, we gotta have a blank space in there so we can
we got to get the roof done, then the rest of it, I don't know. That's,
move
you talked
forward.
about getting a committee together. So.
Yeah, we,
But there's got to be a plan.
we've got to think about, yeah, a long-term plan. Well, plan for once we get it to where we can,
And then if we're doing that with ARP, this needs to be committed by the end of the year. And
do what, oh, yeah,
You
absolutely.
got to get engineers and you got to get electrical engineer.
Right.
You gotta get structural engineer. You got to,
Right.
that doesn't happen overnight.
Of which, I think we were talking about maybe we'd have to go out for bid, right, for an engineer?
No, you don't go out. for bid
We always
for
are
engineers.
curious, but,
You just do a request for qualification.
Right.
And then you.
And then
Which one
pick
is
the one.
best for the
For the
project?
project we have in mind. Okay,
If you're gonna have like a general contractor or something to do like the actual construction of it.
that's,
Some engineers, I think, will also work as kind of a GC and
right.
head up the
Yes, they will.
project, but
but then you got to think about, he's doing all this. What you go put in there, you got to know up front because what are you designing? What's it for?
Right.
So you got to figure out what you're gonna use it for. And then the cost and this isn't a open-ended cost. I mean, if it gets too expensive, I wouldn't support it. But as long as we can keep it within reason. So
Okay, I'll work
gotta
on,
decide something.
yep, I will work on putting a committee together. Anyone on here want to volunteer to be on it?
If I'm doing part of the work, I'm gonna be on the committee.
Okay,
If I'm not doing the work.
all right, well, then you can be on the committee. And we'll bring
I want the option to say no.
we'll bring some proposals back to the court. How about that? Y'all good with that?
I don't necessarily want to be on, don't get me wrong, I don't necessarily have to be on the committee, but I'm not
Too
doing
bad.
the work either.
Too late now. Yes.
Somebody on your
Who, what?
sheriff's departments.
I would like to talk about the Purple Wave auction, please. Okay,
Understand?
Laura just wants to mention something about the auction.
okay, well, you're on mute, Laura, so you're gonna have to unmute.
Okay, I am unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, well, the last time that we had the auctions, no one let our department know, not that I'm aware of, and Captain Hajar's cell number was given out without his permission, and he was not aware that his number was going to be put on there, and he was getting phone calls from everybody at all hours of the night and day, and no one told him about this. So whoever set this up, I would like them to let people know if their numbers are going to be on there and let them be aware that the auction's going on, because like I said, Hajar was never told this. And what can we do about this?
Okay.
I don't know who put their number.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to
They-
go back and look at the info that we submitted to Purple Wave, but we'll make sure that they have a contact number, and that's probably it, since the majority of the vehicles came from the sheriff's department. We just put a contact number with the sheriff's department in case they had any questions.
I
Right,
have no clue how they got on there.
But we'll figure that out before we put,
But not only
Vehicles.
information about them, but also who's gonna have the keys when somebody comes picks them up.
right, and which,
Right.
yeah,
and then when they do come pick them up, you know, if they can, you know, I'm sure whoever's going to head this up and stuff, that they can make sure that, you know, like, you know, us girls and stuff, we're here Monday through Thursday till 6 o'clock, but not on Fridays, when some of them are trying to come pick them up at Friday at 5 o'clock or whatever, but it's just, I think it's just a lack of communication going on.
okay, well, thank you, Laura. We'll
Uh-huh.
make sure that next time we're all on the same page.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Laura.
Seems to me that any excess vehicles should be maybe parked at our new parking lots, you know, where they have one location for all
We
the.
had them all parked at the annex last time.
Let's
right?
not do that again.
Yeah,
Let's park them right out here. We got room.
yeah, we got room now. Yeah, so
Let's keep them here where
we keep our eye on
problem
them.
at Borger, the annex is somebody comes pick it up. If there's somebody over here, you gotta drive over all the time. Well, if they're here, there's gonna be somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, Eddie's here every day. I mean, somebody can go say, there it is.
Yep.
And hand them the keys. So.
Okay, anything else, Ben?
Um. So we want to bring the roof, get it done?
Yes. We got to start somewhere,
Okay.
so yeah, get that ARP.
We'll do the roof.
We'll do that on.
I'll get prices for
Okay.
taking that stuff off.
Okay,
I'm done.
okay.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything?
And
Yeah.
just to reiterate that we will be using the courthouse budget to pay for any, if it doesn't come out of ARP,
Right,
until we can set up a new budget. in the
Line
new
item.
year for a line item for the
And-
building.
Also, Alicia's getting the power changed over. Well, she will. You're working on, it, right?
Yes, I'll work on this.
Okay.
okay, Gary, did you have something?
Yeah, we've got several ARP projects in the works. We don't have all our bids in yet, but at the annex, floors,
Yeah, those are just updates. to the
halls,
building.
yeah. The walls textured, get rid of those school tiles, you're in order to go over them. Where it looks like an office building instead of a school. And then, of course, we got the two projects at the airport too, you know, the cameras and maybe the house or whatever. And then, I've got another project going at the adult probation and it's in progress. That won't be an ARP. And then we got another ARP in the sheriff's office where the old jail used to be in there. I'm trying to get rid of that and modernize that and redo the plumbing where you can have a sink there instead of just trash.
Right,
So got several projects going and some of them are going to be ARP.
okay.
That's about it.
Guys got anything? No. Okay, well, I do. So last Monday, the AgriLife Extension had their annual awards lunch, and the Hutchinson County Commissioners Court was lucky enough to receive the Outstanding Contributor to Extension Programming Award. And you can see that Chris and Gary and I got to accept that award from Josh Brooks, and I brought the award today to show everybody. So we were super excited to receive that award. It was a super nice luncheon that they fed us and awarded all kinds of awards. And we want to also honor Hannah, our AgriLife Extension agent, received the Exemplar Excellence Award for outstanding support of producers and families in Hutchinson County during the wildfires. So yay, Hannah. And if we did not grab your award, we probably should have. Did you get it, Rochelle?
Yeah, it's in our office.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I was gonna say, I didn't grab it, so we probably should have. But, and then also, Connor Industries was honored. What was the award they were given? It was basically for their support as a community group that, supported during the wildfires, that lended support to our program. So,
They did a lot of people and equipment,
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
So it was nice to be there with them when they got their award too. So it was a great morning. So thank you.
Thank you.
We had a great time. Anything else on precinct daily operations? Okay, item 23 is the sale of struck off tax properties. And you know what? I do have one and I think I left it in my office. So let me go grab it.
There you go.
I had it. Oh, did I give it to you or did I lay it here?
No, I got it.
Oh, I was making copies for everyone and then I forgot to grab it off the copier. So sorry. But this is a property located here in Stenetta, 823 Greeno. Is that how you say that? Submitting an offer of $4,000 has been made by Chris and Megan Hamby. Taxes have not been paid on the property since 2011. And the property was struck off March of 22 and it has been appraised at 14,400. So have you looked at that?
That
Bill?
property come up once before and there was an offer made of 2,500 last time. We countered at 4,000. They did not match that. This is the second time and they are offering what we had countered for before at 4,000.
Okay.
So that's what we asked for before, which wasn't taken, but I would move to accept the $4,000 from Chris and Megan Hamby for those lots.
No second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. They indicated that there was a low place that water.
It's, that does get underwater down there at the far end down there. And I've seen it underwater a number of times.
Huh.
Uh,
Do they have a plan for that? You don't know?
I heard they're gonna build something out there. I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right.
They're
Right.
supposed to build some houses or something on some of it, but
All right, we have a motion and a second to accept that bid. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. That's the only one we had. So the next item on the agenda is item 24, and we will adjourn into executive session under section 551.071, consultation with attorney. So Craig, if you will stay, everyone else can just have a seat in the hallway, please. See y'all.
You can take off.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, so we went out at 10:40. And back in at 11:08.
So do we need to say anything? Just
No action. And so item 25 is to consider and or approve any action. No action at this time. So item 26 is to consider and or approve a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Yep, I mean, second.
Yep.
For that motion and second, all in favor?
Make sure you put that in the notes. Yep.